Why is it so hard to say no? In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. People communicate their no's through thank yous without really confirming an agreement, and that can leave a person feeling confused or making assumptions that they are providing consent by saying thank you. And it sounds like it's a form of acceptance when we say thank you. Other ways we say no is that we ignore or avoid people's messages, conversations, and we just don't want to go there. It's too confrontational to say no. And why is that? This stems from cultural conditioning. For example, in the Japanese culture, it's impolite to say no directly. And this can also stem in our childhood upbringing, where we were groomed by our parents or our grandparents or our lived-in parents, where it wasn't okay to say no, that we had to be compliant, to be a good boy or a good girl, to fit into the ideals of their world. And if we don't match or fit into that, we get criticized, rejected, and abandoned, if not neglected. So how can we deal with this? How can we address these subtle ways of saying no? What I've learned from a beautiful friend of mine who has told me, Jess, it's all to do with your delivery. And she was absolutely right. I really struggle to say no directly to people. And I was in fear that I would hurt their feelings. And this is a common human behavior pattern that so many of us engage in because we do not have the emotional capacity and tools to hold space when there is a rupture in the person. And how do we deal with that? How do we manage that? And it feels extremely uncomfortable. So it's easier to just smile and nod our head when really deep down it's a no, or to just say thank you, or to agree and go along with it, or to not say anything at all. And then the other person will receive that this appears to be a yes, and they have no idea that it is a no. And this is where we can also experience a breakdown in communication. And this is why it's really important that we communicate our no's. The more we can practice saying no, the more we are being of service to other people by not wasting their time and energy thinking that you will come along to their thing, or for you to help them out, or whatever it is that you agreed to that you didn't deep down agree to. It will create a lot more coherence in communication and within yourself and with the other person when you can say no. And how can we communicate our no's more effectively and efficiently without upsetting the other person? Well, the thing is, we cannot control the reactivity of that person. We cannot control their triggers. We cannot control their emotions, but we control our own. And we can have awareness in what's showing up for ourselves when we say no. I'm curious to find out, how do you feel when you say no or when you don't say no? Do you feel a discomfort? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel the need to make that person happy? Do you find yourself feeling angry? Do you feel anxious? And there is so much in the word no and what we associate the word no with. And that is usually rejection. Nobody wants to be rejected, and nobody wants to feel rejected. So how can we reframe no to then be able to have the confidence to say no effectively? And that is coming back to my friend's point. It's all in delivery. How can you deliver your no from a place of love and alignment? And it doesn't mean you have to be extremely polite about it, and it doesn't mean you have to be extremely aggressive about it either. So it could be something like, no, thank you, I appreciate your invitation. That is one way to politely and assertively decline, because the way you are reframing your no is that you are confirming your response and you are affirming that person's offer with gratitude. So this softens the blow for that person when they get rejected. And we also need to reframe rejection. Rejection is simply something that is not in alignment. And this is why we need to say no, because this invitation, this offering, this whatever it is, doesn't serve us the way we're looking for it to serve us. And so we need to say no, so that honors our truth, and for that person to then have an opportunity to hear your truth, to hear your voice, to hear your no's, to hear your power, and not take it personally. So it's all about in the way you reframe no and rejection. And instead of seeing it from a place of rupture, abandonment, rejection, pain, hurt, it's a way to be in alignment with yourself by perceiving it that you are saving this person time and energy by saying no to them, so they don't need to constantly follow up with you. And if you put yourself in that person's shoes, you would understand too that you would appreciate a straightforward answer if it's a yes or a no. And if it's a maybe, explain your reason why it's a maybe, so that person is not left in confusion. And so this way of communicating, where we soften the blows of the no's by expressing gratitude right after we say no, or to express a positive affirmation after saying a no, that helps the person to receive your no more receptively, more openly, without them projecting or minimizing them from projecting judgment and hurt towards you or towards that no. So my love, I really hope that this piece serves you. And if you really struggle with this, to really be in your power, to reframe your perspective of no and rejection, because you have a really strong emotional attachment to no and rejection, then I invite you to come along and engage in my upcoming events. I have my online ceremony in the new year, and that is on Wednesday, the 29th of January at 7 to 9 p.m. Sydney time via Zoom. And that is the Chinese New Year in a child healing circle in the Wood Snake. And here you will discover more clarity and guidance, what the new year holds for you. A personalized reading with your zodiac animal about where you can make room for improvement, where you can improve your luck in your career, finances, your love life, your self-development journey, and your health. You will also receive a light language transmission to heal the fragments of your inner child with sound therapy as well through this guided galactic journey. And we will wrap it up with a beautiful personalized message for you to take away with you for your new year, and sacred shares for you to be seen in your authenticity, your emotions, and your vulnerability. So if you'd like to learn more or to book a spot, please click on the link below. And for my face-to-face immersions, I'm running my Transforming Trauma workshop, Conscious Relationship workshop, Healing Your Inner Children workshop, and a new one coming up. And I'll be running that in Australia, in London, potentially Tokyo. And if you'd like to learn more about this, please click on the link below. If you'd like to book a spot or to book a free clarity call, if you have any questions or if you require a payment plan to make it happen for you. So there you have it, my love. How can you honor your no's? And that is by listening to your no's, and to then give that no a voice. Because as soon as you silence your no, you are silencing your truth, denying yourself of freedom from within. I hope you got a lot from this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can reach more people who are in need of this message. If you got something out of this, you can also give it a like. Comment below, where have you not been honoring your no's, and how can you start honor your no's moving forward? Or how can you reframe your no's from your perspective? Or what is your association with no? So I would love to hear your thoughts as well. May this video serves you, my love.